And nice.
But it's the Netherlands who open the scoring.
32 short from the Netherlands, and they just get to that short side. We saw it in the first game, and Ireland just didn't really take care of their short side there, and Netherlands have done well to exploit it.
Great play out to the wing.
Good finish as well. But yeah, like we said before, obviously Ireland have over the last few tournaments, over the last few campaigns, they've improved massively. Like, they've taken so many leaps, and it's so good to see. It's great having that test in Euros.
Just a slight handling error there by David Glenn. He just couldn't gather it in. It was a good chance for the Irish there.
Yeah, it was a nice little quickie play, good little step back. I think the space probably was there. They just weren't able to finish it off. But it's a really good start from the Netherlands, this. I'm also a fan of the kit. I'm looking for... I've not brought any kit to swap, I've just realised that. But yeah, I think if you're looking for a kit to swap this weekend, I think the Netherlands could be one. That's a touch pass.
Great pass.
I think that was a touch pass, yeah.
Yes, the touch was late.
It's great speed on the outside.
Mailing Stutz just flying through there.
I think it's the calf sleeves. That's what's giving that acceleration.
So it's Ireland who have the ball again. 10 metres out. Put down by Gian Cunningham.
Yeah, hips not square, and again, similar. Even though the probably pitch has dried out a little bit, and obviously we've already seen one game.
Yeah.
For the rest of the morning now, we're going to be seeing a lot of teams playing their first game of the tournament. So I think it'll be similar to the first game. First 20 minutes, a lot of nervous energy. There's going to be some errors. There's going to be some over the marks, and but the team that can control it 32 long. A nice little setup. Gone to that wing
Space
again.
on the wing again.
Oh, what a shame! Oh, what a shame! That was a really nice setup. That was really good.
Netherlands have made a really, really confident start here, and they're using that left wing brilliantly.
Do you know what? It's refreshing to see a team run a 32 long as their attacking play there, because the amount of times that would just be a 32 short. I think she's got in touch there. Sideline ref's got it, but that was really nice to see a team exploiting a 32 short and getting to the outside. And it's a shame that. Such a shame they couldn't get in that corner.
It's the Netherlands who have it again. Great play between the mids and links, now out to the wing.
Yeah, they'll skip to the outside, and they should get a couple of strikes on Ireland's line here, so we'll get to see a different attacking pod for the Netherlands. And they'll go for a short side skip. Ireland have taken care of that.
It's turned back over to Ireland, who yet to really get into the game. They're good defence and attack so far by the Netherlands.
I don't think he meant that. But yeah, I think, like we said, it's similar to the first game. Both teams kind of feeling their way into the tournament. A few errors here and there. I think both teams, Netherlands transition probably looks a little bit better.
On final touch. Oh, is he through? I think he is. That's brilliant.
Wow, I think it could have been touch pass, but they've given ball gone, and they've exploited that space quite well.
Some great fast passing by the Irish, and it's Joe Balance who goes over.
Yeah, so you see here, it's a middle scoop, and I think the ball is just really, probably just gone. And I think it probably just a little bit of lack of comms from Netherlands, because they had it covered, they had the numbers, but yeah, it was just that half second guessing, and Ireland did well to exploit it. Good skill.
So Netherlands straight up to the 7 metre from the tap off, but ball wasn't grounded cleanly, and that turns it back over to Ireland. They'll look to use their sub box and do.
Netherlands being pretty heavy in the touch, especially on this side of the field. Strong mullet in midfield. Oh, it's gone straight through the middle.
Oh, and it looks like it could be Ireland who take a 2-1 lead, and they really come back into this game now.
So it's a similar play to before. It's that middle scoop, and we're probably just saying that the two middles are a little bit too loose. He's taking him short side, come off his left foot, opened up that middle channel, and then it's just a case of mirrors, lose your man, and Ireland have done really well there.
Tish Brennan and Alexander Cassidy linking brilliantly together, and Ireland, after looking quite nervous at the start, have really come back into it and taken hold of the game.
I think that'll be the case for a lot of teams playing their first games, and I think they just look a little bit more composed now, especially now they've got those 2 scores.
Ireland starting again. Again, good use of the sub box. It's a smooth change by the Irish.
The transition's looking loads better since the start of the game, especially with the with them striking on 4th and 5th. They look a lot more composed, a lot more comfortable. It's quite a young team, this Ireland side.
It comes out long, well taken by it was unlucky. Cunningham just couldn't quite bring it in. It was almost a really great take because it was well above her head.
Yeah, it looks like a quite maybe not inexperienced, but it's definitely a young side, this Ireland side, and I think they do put a lot into their men's and women's team. So yeah, it's great to see that there's obviously quite a few. There'll be players making their debuts and stepping up to this level. Netherlands look like they've lost their way a little bit here. They started quite strong. They looked like they knew what they wanted to run. They knew what would work, and they look like they've lost their way a little bit. I think he's given obstruction there, so Netherlands will get another shot.
Yeah, they're starting about 12 metres out.
And they'll roll down to the 7 and probably look to run those plays now. So they've run a short and a long to begin with, and they'll just look to exploit that space.
Darren Brown goes down and he gets the try.
Nice. I think we spoke about that before in mixed touch. You kind of want to play a bit of chess and move the pieces in the right places, and that's a simple case of guy on girl, and that's what they've created. They've created that space on the outside, and they've exploited it well.
Proving a good foil as well, because she was always available for the pass, and
it
always leaves the defence in 2 minds.
The wider your wingers can be, and obviously if they're there to finish as well, Ireland know that she's quick. Like, they've already seen her break away down the sideline, even though it's pulled back. Stuck looks really quick, and if Ireland are worried about that winger being on the outside, they've managed to pull one back.
Yeah, Brennan going over.
Really good game this, great start.
Yeah, it's a fast start by both teams, and Ireland take the lead back 3-2.
I think we'll just say the decision.
Yes, it was a good sliding try by Tish Brennan.
We'll work over to that 32 short again. They'll look to get to the outside, and we saw it in the first game that they're trying to run that 32 short, but to make that move effective, it has to be it has to be down on the Ireland middle. It's gone on their link, and that just lets Ireland middle retreat, and
bit of space on the left-hand side.
Good defence from Ireland. Good defence. What they've run there is it's called a pocket defence. So it's one middle hanging back and walking at a snail's pace next to the referee. Another Ireland middle's gone up really high to make the touch, and then any play that comes back towards that pocket defender is just ready to shut it down, and they've done really well to finish off that set of 6 for the Netherlands.
Right. It's Ireland who are pressing again, but what we believe it's a penalty against the Netherlands, so it will be a fresh set of 6 for Ireland.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what they run here. They'll work their way down to the 7. They'll break into those plays now, and we're starting with a quickie. not gone to run into it. They've got a little bit of space in the left here, and they do go that way. Ball. Ooh!
Touch was made, I think.
Great dive.
Yeah, balance going through.
They're really looking for that middle channel. They've obviously seen that the Netherlands middles are quite loose. They're trying to bring them both up quite high. And I think, done well to get away with that.
Goes wide.
It's fifth touch. Play on.
Netherlands giving them no gaps at the moment. Diving touch. We'll see them get the ball back.
Joe Balance looking good. He's got good feet. He's got a good pill off left and right. He looks to be one of their players that are going to strike along with David Glenn once they're working their way down to the line there. And it's interesting to see if they can progress what they've been running the more the game goes on. Like we're saying, it's 40-minute goal. He's picked it off.
No
Balance
interception. He's just going to wait for support though.
It's quite a casual interception. Just thought I think he's one of those players that just thinks, nah, I'd rather get down there and run a quickie. So
there's space on the right hand side.
Oh, that's good defence. She's done so well to recover there.
Francine Vandenberg.
It's a great
just getting over.
Claire Sexton's taken that really well, but really good pressure from Netherlands there to get across. Counties.
Still there for Ireland.
That's down. That's ball down. They've run a nice little counties play there. I think it's Lewis Lalore. He stepped in field, and he's got a really good dive on. I think what hasn't helped Netherlands here is they've not got off the line, so they're actually making their touch. I think the touch was actually behind his line there. If you're Netherlands there, if you're in that defensive line defence position, you want to be getting back and then consciously taking a step off your line, and they've just not been able to do that. But it was a well executed counties play, and Ireland looking good here.
Yeah, Ireland playing very, very
Short
well.
side scoop. Oh, he's in. Finish.
It is given. Yep. And the Netherlands
score.
back within one.
McNally with a great finish, and I think it was a great pickup. So they've run a quickie play, and because of the collapsing Ireland defence, he's been able to pick up and go short side. He's got a 3-on-2, and could have gone either way. That's a two-way flick. That could have been 5-2 to Ireland with that intercept.
So Netherlands bringing it back within one, and we've had a very, very good open first half.
Yeah. No, it's been great. This really good game. Great dive, good finish. And again, it's Netherlands being on their line and skirting across the try line. You've got to get off your line there. You have to. And all they've done is it's a quickie play, and that Netherlands defender is he's a couple of inches behind his own line trying to make that touch, and you have to get off. It's what we talk about pre and post touch. Pre-touch being any your body position and how you make the actual touch. Your post-touch is making your line and getting off your line, and you've just not been able to do that. It's let them down twice now. It's the reason that they're two behind.
Well, the sun is out here in Nottingham.
Oh, and the wind.
As the wind picks up, as Jordan's water bottle goes somersaulting off the commentary table, as it's Ireland again pressing. We've got to the 7 metre. They're using this right hand side again. I think the touch was made there.
I think that touch was in, but could have been offside there. I think the referee's about to give a penalty.
It's
yeah, he has, yeah.
So 6 touches for Ireland on the 7 metre, a chance for them to stretch the lead to 3 if they use this correctly.
Cassidy, quickie, great touch. I'll tell you what, Alexander Cassidy is rocking an outstanding mullet. I think he deserves a score for the hair. Pick up short side.
And there's space on the,
that's a shame.
There was space on the right hand side, and I think Flood was looking to go over there, he just couldn't really
just couldn't
quick
get it
enough.
over the top. Yeah, and that's where that left-hand long ball comes into play. And Netherlands defended that well. So the play that they ran there is what the Netherlands scored off before. It's just picking up from half, and it's because the defences are so tight. It's because they're really tight, and again, we're talking about post touch and being able to react to where the ball's going next. Good feet, good speed.
It's Netherlands who have driven well. They're up to the 7 metre. Opportunity now.
Good
pass.
hands.
Oh, that's a great pass and a
Well
great
done.
take.
Great pill. I think that was a no-look pass. That's beautiful.
Bradley Bonifacio with the pass.
Big fan of that. So he's quickie, skip to the outside. He's looking at his defender. Beautiful.
That's a great try.
Great ball.
Absolutely fabulous try. And
That's,
Netherlands back within one.
That's box office. That was great. Yeah, Netherlands are looking good here. I think if they can just fix up their line D, I think we're going to have a really good second half. The thing that's letting them down is literally their pre and post touch, and Ireland are doing really well to exploit it. That's a nice little punish play. Netherlands have got that locked up.
Back they go.
And balance is back on. Bit of a young attacking pod here. And they'll run that punish play. They've got to the outside. I think the sideline's given the touch. I'll tell you what, the Netherlands middle there has done so well to recover. If we see that again, that's such good defence.
Joe Balance diving through, but the touch was made. And it was very, very good defence by the Netherlands.
So all they're looking to do there it's good mixed touch from Ireland. They're looking to get guy link opposite girl link, and they're looking to run what's called a punish play, and all that is a quickie link on link. They actually did get to the outside, but I think the Netherlands middle has actually tucked under and helped his girl out, and he's managed to recover that really well.
And Ireland G, they just can't stretch away at the minute.
They can't. And credit to Netherlands. I think 5-4 probably about right. I think Ireland have just been better.
I think they had that opportunity on the 7 metre where they could have made it 6-3.
Yeah.
And great defence by the Netherlands, who came straight back up and scored.
They've had a couple of chances to do it, and no, but I've been impressed with both teams here. It's been a good first half. I think with that touch, that probably will take us to 5-4 at half time. And yeah, great first half. That's been great.
It's Netherlands with possession with 30 seconds to go in this first half. They will use the sub box. If they can get a good drive, they may get an opportunity at the line before the hooter goes.
Yeah, they should get one more touch. That's a nice flick pass, and he's dove a good 7 metres short. He'll be severely fined for that on Saturday night from his teammates.
I think that is all she wrote for the first half. But what a first half we had!
Really enjoyed that. Yeah, that was great. Both teams are little bit, obviously first game nerves to begin with, but no, some really good touch, and I think Ireland especially, they know what they want to run. It's just about executing it now, and now we've got that first 20 minutes out of the way. First game, first day nerves. I think 5-4. We've got a great second half lined up here.
So it is very, very close as we look at the highlights from this first half of play. 5-4 Ireland lead. But the Netherlands are going to feel they're well in this.
100%. Similar to Ireland, they look like they know what they want to run, they know what will work well, but they've just not been able to execute it to the same level that Ireland have. And I think both teams have looked good, and Ireland probably just a little bit better, but Ireland fully in this game. Netherlands definitely in this game.
I think another thing that has been impressive is a couple of times we've seen Ireland get a fresh set of 6 from the 7 metre line, and Netherlands have managed to defend it twice.
Yeah. Obviously, the only thing that, like we said, the only thing that's letting the Netherlands down is their post touch on the line. If they can just make the effort to get off their line once they do get onside, that fixes up 2 scores straight away. So if they can do that for the rest of the half, it definitely keeps them in there. They've obviously got their strike players on line attack that they know what they want to run. So hopefully they can carry that on for the next 20 minutes.
So both teams in their respective huddles. You see, 9 tries means that we've got quite a good highlights package.
Yeah, definitely, just from one game. But
that was a great try.
Great score, that. Really enjoyed that. Little no-look pass, skip to the outside, and like we said, Ireland just look a little bit more composed, even though it's great to see such a young team so composed on the line. They've obviously just been thrown into that situation. They haven't really got an older, experienced player to rely on, which is what you sometimes get with a lot of mixed teams. You normally have maybe 1 or 2 older players, sort of on-field coaches to guide around the younger players. It's so good to see. So I think it's balance. I think it's Lalore and Glenn when they come on together. That's a really young pod of three lads, and they're just out there playing touch footy. Like they can just run what they want, and that over the years and over the seasons, that's just going to pay massive for those players.
I think another thing we've seen from Ireland as well is you mentioned those 3, but on the wing as well we've had Cunningham and Murphy. Really getting into some good positions on the wing with loads of space. You know, if they could have been found, Ireland could have found themselves further ahead.
I think a couple of if they did have maybe a bit of a long ball specialist in this team, like Clara Sexton on that right hand side wing. She's found herself in loads of space. She's been able to take some balls well, but Netherlands have defended really well and been able to turn it. On our near side wing, Mailing Stoit has been so fast coming down this wing, and I've been looking for those plays this second half.
Because we've got another mixed game after this one, and we'll be seeing Bulgaria make their debut, so that should be interesting.
It's great seeing new teams, that's well good.
They'll be taking on Wales, who were runners-up in the 2018, so quite a baptism for the Bulgarians that's going to be, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think that Welsh team, I think, has changed a little bit over the last few years, if I remember rightly. I think they've chopped and changed a few players over, and so Dan Roberts, number 10 for Wales, he was the men's opens captain in 2018 and 2019, I think. Things have changed a little bit for the Welsh in mixed and men's, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of team that they field at this tournament. I think Wales probably will be England's main threat in the mixed tournament. That'll be an interesting one to see how Wales start.
Well, we will switch attention back to this game. Just 1 point in it as Ireland lead the Netherlands by 5 tries to 4. And it's the Netherlands who have the tap off for this second half. They'll be looking for a confident drive.
Yeah, I think if they can get a score here, I think obviously 5-5 is a great start to the second half, but I think that's it'd be a big confidence booster if they do that. So Ireland are running that pocket defence here, so that middle's just set, and it's 5th touch. It's good defence from Ireland, I think. Netherlands, if they're going to have a chance at winning this game, they're going to have to recognise that Ireland are running that type of defence. The sooner they do that, and the sooner that they exploit it, the better chance they've got, really. If they take too long to recognise what the Ireland are doing, it's going to be second half might be quite tough for them.
Thanks. Ireland have driven really well. They're at the 7 metre now. Quick switch pass as it goes to the left hand side. Comes back in field now. Gun into play. No look pass.
Yep.
Bit of a risk.
I think it was fifth touch. I think they had created the space to come back on the right, but they just didn't exploit it. I think there's an injury in backfield here for the Netherlands, so he's just going to get off as quick as possible and they'll try and get downfield.
Smooth change by the Netherlands.
Yeah, they've got to start going forward now. They do get in the half, and you'd like to kind of get to fourth and fifth with a bit of a strike play, and that is fifth.
Right.
And that's a turnover. So yeah, Ireland look quite composed there, and they'll do the same. They'll just return back with a bit of transition, get back towards their box, and it's a strong drive.
It's another good drive. Change. And Ireland just seem to have turned it up a little bit since half time.
Yeah.
See what they can do here.
Side. Great pill.
Space on the left as well. Oh, he doesn't need it.
Really nice. I tell you what, Joe Balance has got a great passing motion. Big fan of it. He's come off his right hand. It's similar to what both teams have had success with quickie play. Comes off his right foot and goes short side. He's not actually got outside his middle this time, but the thing that they've set up quite well, it's nearly a fire up in that they've ran the quickie, they've fired over to his link, and again those chess pieces in the right position for Ireland. It's boy v girl, and
but again it was Lewis Lalaurie. He went through there. He dropped the shoulder and used the dummy, but he had Clara Sexton on the left hand side as well.
Yeah, 100%.
And when you're in defence in that position, you're in a no-win situation.
You can plan for it, you can prepare for it, and you can have structures in place to sort of try and preempt those moves and shut those moves down. But once you come up with it, and you've got to make a decision, and a lot of the time it's just communication. And if you're not being told to help out, or you're not being told to stay out, you've got to make the decision yourself, and it's a tough one to make.
That's a lack of communication, I think, there.
Yeah, they look a little bit flustered on line attack there.
And you get the feeling that Ireland haven't been able to stretch away, have they? I think if they did manage to probably get 3 tries ahead, that will give them the impetus to maybe go on and take the game.
Always been 1 or 2 ahead, and Netherlands are still in this game. They're still there and thereabouts. And nice feet.
Oh, well played.
Let's give it. Great hands.
And it's the Cunningham and Murphy combination on the wing.
Brilliant. Yeah, really good hands. O'Brien White tipping onto a winger to Cunningham. Is it to Cunningham or is it to Murphy? And it was brilliant, really good.
So fantastic play by the Irish, and they do go 3 ahead, 7-4.
Yeah, so if you're Ireland now, you'd like to kick on, and Netherlands are still in this. There's still plenty of time if they can pull 1 or 2 back. They've definitely, they've scored 4. They've got more than capable of at least scoring another. So, see again, Ireland running that pocket defence, and it's working so well for them.
There's a bit of space for them now. The little reverse pass just didn't quite come off.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Netherlands have recognised yet or looked of a way to exploit that pocket defence Ireland are running, and Ireland are just finding it quite comfortable to sit back and shut down those line attack plays. That's great yards, really good yards from O'Brien White.
At the 7 metre. Oh, it's intercepted.
That was weird.
I think Alexander Cassidy wasn't expecting that. He's holding his mouth, so I think that may have hit him in the face.
Top one in the chops, yeah.
It's a good drive by the Netherlands, though. They make some very, very good yards here. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're just getting caught in 5th though, and it's a bit of a static play now. And
I think the touch was made.
Yeah, Cassidy's done well to recover that. Yeah, really good.
So,
See, the last few plays, Netherlands have looked. Oh, great feet.
just a bit of a scrappy change
Really good feet
from the Irish, and good high defence by the Netherlands as well.
Yeah, the midfield is really good. It's shutting Ireland down quite well here. So fifth touch in your own half. Oh,
It's a bit of an interplay as it comes to the right hand side.
no, that's mild. That's so much better from the Netherlands, and you kind of get a little bit of a tap offset now if they can get to the box quick enough. And like that we were saying, they started quite well, and their strike players seem to know what they wanted to run. They've gone away from that in the second half, and so they get a fresh set of 6. So now you've essentially got a tap off now.
Yeah. So 6 from the halfway for the Netherlands. A good opportunity for them to bring it within 2.
They've got the players to do it. I think they've just got to execute. They've been running the plays. So there we go. They've gone on the outside.
Touch was made. Switch back to the 7.
What was working well from the first half is that short side scoop. And I know it's a little bit of a high percentage play, in that, you know, if you get caught from half, you've got to give the ball up. But I think those are the plays that they want to be running.
There is space. There is space.
Quickie on the link. Oh, that's a shame, because the way they ran that, I thought they created that space quite well. They ran a really good punish. I
think Mayling Stuck came in from the wing looking for the ball, and then you're right. If she had just hung on the paint, she was in. And they're on 5th touch now, so they've got a bit of a Hail Mary play on last. I think it's 5th anyway. Created a little bit of space. Good defence from Ireland. And yet there is the turnover. So Ireland have it on their own 7 metre.
Could have been over the mark, that, but Ireland have got away with it. Balance has got through. Good right foot. Oh, he's still going.
Great yards from Balance.
Oh,
and now finally he is touched, but what a play.
Comes off with a cheeky little grin. I think he's my favourite player so far.
Yeah, he's getting congratulations on the bench in front of us, and so he should. He really made a great drive there to give Ireland another good opportunity of going over for a try at the 7 metre now. They're using this left hand side as a dive is made, but I think the touch was made by the Netherlands.
Great to see Ireland men's opens player John Ennis in the mixed open box, just lending a bit of helping hand. Obviously they've got their coaches. I think that run might have taken its toll on Joe Balance.
Yeah, we'll not describe what's.
I doubt he went out last night, but yeah, I think that run might have taken it out on him.
The Netherlands 10 metres away from their own on the halfway line, as they've turned it back over to Ireland, and Joe Balance does not look too well in front of us. We'll not show it on camera because it won't be pleasant.
No. Let your imaginations run wild with that one. Yeah, it's not pretty. I think somebody who said, yeah, the Joe. The men's opens players are having a laugh at him coming past. I'm sure his friends and family appreciate this on commentary later once he explains what's happened.
It's a good drive by the Netherlands.
Good feet. That's good defence from Ireland again. They've recovered really well. Very similar to what Ireland ran against Netherlands in the first half. Obviously, like we talked about with pre and post touch, Ireland have just done well there to take that step off the line. So any touches made from Ireland, there's not really a decision to make from the referee, because if you're making a touch behind your own line and the ball's down, more than not, the referee's got to give that score, and that's where those two big scores came from in the first half, and it's kind of been tough for Netherlands to really pull those back at any point.
It has tightened up quite a bit in this.
It has, yeah.
In this second half, just the 2 tries so far.
Yeah.
9 in the first half.
Yeah.
So.
Good feet.
Or is that the third? No, I don't think it is. Darren Curran diving through, but was touched on the way.
So they go back to that quickie play again. They run it. Good D from Netherlands, really good. Yeah, really good D. Vandenberg on the outside. She came in for that shot. She read the play really well. I think any long ball over the top, it would have been tough to recover from, but she's read that really well and shut that play down.
Oh, good speed,
good yards from Netherlands, and they've got to get that ball down. Really, that's hurting their momentum. Anytime you get touched, you have to bring it back. Obviously, you want to be breaking through, but you've got to recognise when to get the ball down. And I think that's touch pass, so they'll bring it back.
It's Pam Grafland there with the run through. He did so well, made some great yards, but Ireland defence really holding firm in this second half.
Yeah, now they look a lot more composed. I think, like we talked about at half time, the Ireland are running a pocket defence and a pocket middle defence, and Netherlands either haven't reacted to it. It's good defence. Either they haven't reacted to it, or they've not been able to figure out how best to run against it. So I think that's helping them quite a bit.
Ireland playing it across the line.
Good foot. Nice, right foot step, nice.
Cunningham looking to sidestep away to the line. Just Netherlands defence holding well. Oh, that's not what they wanted.
No.
6 for Ireland
Got
on the
space
7, and
outside.
there's space over here.
Oh, they both wanted to score.
In fact, Ireland still have possession, so there must have been a penalty.
Alexander Cassidy and David Glenn will just take control, run out the clock, they'll run that punish play, there's no touch. I think he's going to give pulling out of the touch there.
Just a quick
They'll go
conference
back to that play
between the two.
Good D.
Yeah, the 3 there, it was not much of a gap to go for. But still went for it.
They're going to give it.
Oh, they have given it.
Giving ball down. Maybe one of them was offside. But yeah, similar to what they were running in the first half. It's a punish play, a quickie on the link. They're looking to exploit that short space on the outside, and it's a good finish. It's a really good dive. And 8-4 now. I think Ireland have put the game on ice. They've been way more composed in the second half.
I think the key is, although they've stretched their lead by scoring 3 more tries, they've actually tightened up so much at the back end.
Yeah.
And that's been the difference in this second half.
Yeah, like we said, I think that pocket defence, I think the more experienced teams, when they come to play against Wales and England and maybe Scotland, I think those are the teams that will exploit that. It's a very exploitable defence. But if you've not come up against it before, or you haven't really got the players to sort of on-field coach your way through that situation. So you see now, Boy Middle's come up really high, Orange Boots has just sit back and he can just chill and watch. They've exploited that well. So that is one of the ways they can get around it.
And it is given. And William Dennis puts the ball over and he wants to get on with it quickly, goes running back for the ball. They don't feel they're out of this yet.
No, they can never pull a few scores back, and obviously, like we said, it's a 5-day comp, so you want to be taking positives from the back end of each game. If you can finish a game well, you know that'll take you into the afternoon in much better spirits. But yeah, nice little score from Ireland, and they'll be happy to pull one back.
Well, they're at the 7 metre.
David Glenn comes off his right foot.
Good defence. Bailey for the Netherlands, just stepping out and making the touch.
So they'll go back to that punish play. And, oh, that's such a shame. I think a really good progression on from their last score. It's the same exact play, the same exact players, and he skipped to the outside. When he comes off his left foot to step in the field, the thing that makes that play quite threatening is that the far boy middle, he has to tuck under, and normally he wouldn't have to do that. So that's where that space came from. That middle channel was opened up, and they just weren't able to execute. But that's a play they're going to have success with against any team in this tournament. It's a play that all this the 23 stuff and running plays on links. It's kind of started only being run this year or late last year, and a lot of teams are running it with success, and Ireland looked like they're one of them.
There's the Netherlands on the attack. Oh, there's a bit of space here. Oh, that's a great diving touch. Oh.
Looked a little bit forward to me, but I think they're going to give it.
They've given the try.
No, they've right. Yeah, I think that's been given. It was
Cassidy was definitely claiming the touch, but
so he's picked up from half.
See from behind here. Oh, yes,
yeah, it looked like he was claiming it to me. I thought they'd given forward pass. It looked like he was handing off to a running back.
So it's Graafland who goes over, and Netherlands within 2. Only 2 minutes left, so time not on their side.
If it finishes, if they do finish 2 down, so they're going back to that punish play. Good dive. Ref's just having a little chat.
Just 2 officials just deciding if it.
They're going to give a penalty. Yeah, if I'm Netherlands and I finish 2 down, I'm going to be pretty devastated, because I can pick up those 2 scores in the first half that'll D again.
Yep, touch made as
the only thing
went diving through.
The only thing I would like there from that Netherlands middle is to be making that touch with his right hand and trying to get on the outside of the ball carrier. So they're going to run the same play again. No, they're not. They're going over to that punish. They run it again. Good low dive. Very good defence from that Netherlands middle. He's done so. He did the exact same in the first half, where he's come across and helped his girl out. He's done really well there. Ireland have it's a little bit static. Short side scoop, wingers open, right hand. Great finish.
Really good finish and a great take as well.
Great dive.
I think it was Clara Sexton, or just see from this.
Yeah, I think Sexton
from the behind
seems to be
camera.
their far winger. Tell you what, back shoulder take. She's all Sexton's thinking about there is, I've got to get this down as quick as possible. I don't need to think about the dive or think about. I'm just going to get it away from my defender, and she's done so well there.
So 9-6 Ireland lead, as we're only a few seconds away from the hooter.
Yeah,
Netherlands pressing strongly.
They've run a little bit more composed this half, and
I think they do get a try to finish the game, I think. Or do they?
Yeah, they do. So 9-7.
Yeah. So 9-7 it finishes. And Jules Rieser for the Netherlands going over. So a strong finish to the game from the Netherlands, to be fair.
Yeah, I think Ireland definitely deserved that. They deserved the win. They were more composed. They were more settled, especially as they grew into the game. I think, like we said, it's those 2 scores in the first half where post touch from Netherlands just wasn't up there. And let's hope they improve on that throughout the day, and they'll look back on that. They'll realise that how long Ireland were running that pocket defence and how well they could have exploited it. And I think Netherlands will be kicking themselves. At the same time, I think Ireland probably did deserve that one.
Well, Jordan, thanks for joining me for
No
these
worries.
first couple of games. We'll see you again. Well, we'll hear you again later, and I'm sure you'll be back on camera with Ian a little later as well. But thanks so much for providing your expertise for these two
No
opening
worries.
games.